The Green Legacy Initiative, planting the future of a continent. In a world losing forests faster than it can regrow them, Ethiopia is offering something rare: hope. Through its Green Legacy Initiative, Ethiopia is planting billions of trees to heal its land, secure its future, and inspire an entire continent. Hi, I am Samia Mohammed, and this is Analytica Today. As climate disasters rise and food insecurity deepens, Ethiopia is rewriting the story, not with speeches, but with seedlings. Launched in 2019, Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative is turning dry hills into green hope, addressing deforestation, drought, and jobs all at once. And last week, on June 27th, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, alongside Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima, kicked off the 2025 campaign with an audacious goal to plant 7.5 billion new trees under the theme Renewal Through Planting. But this isn't just about Ethiopia. It's about a new kind of African leadership rooted in action. Let's break it down. Ethiopia wasn't always a land of eroding hills. In the 1930s, forests covered over 40% of its territory. But years of deforestation fueled by farming, firewood, and population pressure cut that to just 15% by 2010, according to FOA data. For a country where 80% of people rely on agriculture, the cost was enormous. Dry rivers, failed crops, and food insecurity became common. But in 2019, 1 year after taking office, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed launched a bold response: the Green Legacy Initiative to plant billions of trees, restore ecosystem, and rebuild resilience. It wasn't just policy, it was a purpose. A call to action for millions of Ethiopians to plant not just for today, but for generations to come. As the proverb goes, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. The question was, could they actually do it? The answer, a resounding yes. Since 2019, Ethiopia has planted over 40 billion seedlings, including a world record 350 million trees in a single day. This year's campaign is even bigger. 7.5 billion new trees were targeted, and the government says 8.4 billion seedlings are already prepared, 900 million more than planned. According to Ethiopia's Ministry of Agriculture, the Green Legacy now spans 1.9 million hectares, with progress tracked weekly through a national dashboard involving schools, farms, and private companies. And the results are measurable. Forest cover is up to 23.6% according to a 2024 national study. Carbon credit revenue is growing, erosion is slowing, and more than 700,000 green jobs have been created, especially for youth and women. Vice President Shettima of Nigeria called it a lesson in vision and audacity, and he's not wrong. Because while others debate carbon markets, Ethiopia is building forests and jobs. But this isn't just about Ethiopia, it's about what's possible when Africa leads with homegrown solutions. This year, Ethiopia will host the 2025 UN Food Systems Summit and the Africa Climate Conference, not as a victim of climate change, but as a leader of climate action. The country's success complements the broader Great Green Wall initiative, an African Union project aiming to restore 100 million hectares of land across 11 Sahel nations by 2030. Together, these efforts prove that climate solutions can start on African soil with African hands. Still, critics of Green Legacy Initiative argue that not all seedlings survive or that Ethiopia's efforts serve political branding. And it's true, climate finance from international partners has lagged. But here's the thing, the trees are growing. Satellite data confirms it, farmers see it, and for millions of Ethiopians, this isn't about image, it's about impact. They're planting because they've seen what drought looks like, they know what's at stake. Across Ethiopia, from schoolyards to churches, refugee camps to universities, people are planting hope, one seed at a time. This is what leadership looks like when it's rooted in reality. Now imagine if this movement wasn't just national, but continental. What if regional organizations, development banks, and international climate funds stepped up to scale this across Africa? What if every African child grew up under the shade of a tree planted by their parents or planted by themselves? Ethiopia's Green Legacy shows us that the answer to climate despair isn't despair, it's action. Because this earth isn't just ours, we hold it in trust. For those not yet born, thanks for watching Analytica Today. If this story inspired you, like, subscribe, and drop a comment below.